Alright folks, welcome to episode 72 of the wee podcast. Phil here, joined McClarty.
Oh,
From you.
I'm just ready.
You're just ready to get it?
Just
Okay.
ready.
Okay. Today we're going to talk about handwriting, which is a kind of weird thing to talk about.
More interesting than you think.
Yeah, we didn't realise how interesting
No.
it would be.
I thought it would be like a 20-minute one. You'll find
Believe
out it
us,
is
yeah.
not.
We're going to talk about the new Star Wars teaser trailer, which looked awesome.
Mhm.
And then we're going to talk about End Game and what the Russo brothers had to say about that.
Yeah, and listen to what they say.
We'll listen to what you say, what
But
they
I
said.
say what they said.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully enjoy this one, folks.
Woo!
So handwriting then, mine's atrocious.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I've never
How
seen it.
dare you?
Mine. I don't think mine's particularly neat, but I was asked to write down my mum's address so that one of my relatives could send her a Christmas card or something.
Oh.
It's around September time, and her and my sister both said, "Oh, your handwriting's really neat." And I'm like, "What? No, it isn't."
Oh dear.
So
See, I'd never get that compliment.
no,
No,
there
I
you go.
everyone who knows me or seen me write would be like, "You alright?"
They're
Yeah.
lying to you. No, it's something. As I say, it's something that, like, nowadays you can almost get away with doing very little because you type a lot of stuff
Yeah, it's
everywhere.
True. It's true. Yeah, it's weird.
I mean,
thinking
you
about that, like,
You don't really write that often. Even
well, you probably write cards like once every 3 months, depending on his birthday or whatever it is.
for
right?
this weekend, we wrote a wee card
Yeah, fair enough.
for the wedding, but the
I'm gonna write a digital card just.
send an e-card.
Yeah,
Remember they became a thing?
still are a thing.
Are they?
Yeah, people still do e-cards now.
Terrible idea.
I know. Imagine
Terrible idea.
Moonpig.com.
Do they send them on those?
Yeah, that was one of the first ones. Now they just like have real cards now.
Ah.
Yeah. Well, are you French now?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Terrible for me the other day. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's sad. Like,
I do think it's sad. There's a
I
lot
know
of
it
people
is,
being
to be
like,
fair.
why did they not give the money to Grenfell and all this? Well, it's a good question, but the fact of the matter is that
Grenfell was a living quarters and not a.
historical monument.
12th
It's been up for
century.
850 years.
Yeah.
But it is a fair point. Like, why don't you help people that need it, all the rich people? But at the same time,
Yeah.
you know, it's their money.
Also, religion.
Well, yeah, unfortunately.
They're all religious people that are giving the money in, so.
Oh, is it? Right, okay. Well, that makes sense. I mean, in fairness, I'm not at all, as you know, but like I still was like, oh.
Although things that got me were when people posted about the cross still being there.
What cross? Oh, in the church?
Yeah, well,
So?
well, it's gold.
Yeah.
It's not gonna melt, is it?
Ridiculous.
It's not gonna melt. It's like, well, like,
What about the cross that was on the top of the spire that collapsed?
yeah, exactly. I just people like, after all this, the cross was still there. Well, of course it's still there. It's inside, nowhere near the fire, and it's made of gold. It's not gonna melt until it's like what, like 1,000 odd degrees.
Who knows?
It's not gonna burn. It's only
Gonna
wood.
be hot though.
Yeah, but
But-
I mean, wood only burns at like 500 degrees or something stupid.
Its flashpoint, I think, is 300 or something.
But then there you
But
go.
yeah,
But
something
gold's
around-
like over 1,000
Yeah, it is gonna be high.
to melt, like, so it's still gonna. Of course, it'll be still there. Egypt.
It is a sign, though,
What? That it's gold?
that it was built really well. But it's like, remember whenever the Primark burnt down, everyone was like,
Let's
"Oh,
just-
yeah,
let's
who
just
do we?
clarify.
Who do we?" Okay,
It's
yeah.
not the Primark. It's the only one we have. Sorry, Primark. It's the only one we have in
Well,
Belfast.
we've got two new ones,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
basically, whenever it burnt down, the biggest one burnt down because
Mhm.
obviously there's one at the centre.
Because it was in that nice little building.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the bank buildings or whatever you call it, and it burnt down. Everyone was like, "Oh my word! Imagine being that guy. Imagine being that guy.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Imagine going home being like, oh my wife, burnt down Notre Dame." That's what it would sound like.
Okay, could be from London. You don't know.
Oh, I burnt down Notre Dame, didn't I?
It's not from East London, though,
Yes,
is it?
it is.
But yeah, no, it's getting to the point where we're just gonna like not ever trust builders ever again.
Just let it fall down.
Yeah.
Just then we can't blame anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Who built this?
Uh,
Jean-Claude Eiffel. What has gone on here?
he's not even. He can't even take him up or something.
But even that, shout was great. But even you think about it, like that there building is literally 850 years old.
Yeah.
That is nuts. Like Eiffel Tower is what, like
Shaved the
100?
fingers off it now, didn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, but then see things like that there. Like, see if they were to redo the Colosseum, could you still say it's a Colosseum?
Well, no,
No.
because it's not.
You know, like if well then they
It would just
touch
be a
up Big
building.
Ben loads though. But like they would like oh dear, they would they would renovate Big Ben quite often.
Yeah, but it's a clock.
I know, but you'd still say it's Big Ben. Oh dear, you'd still say it's Big Ben though.
But is Big Ben the clock?
No,
No, it's
the
not.
bell.
It's the bell, yeah.
But even Parliament, they'll do that up.
You heard James A. Casher's thing, what it's called?
No.
Tickety 10, the time telling bitch. Fantastic. But
Good,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, should we do the same with the Albert clock as well? It's not. It's just they just touch it up.
Yeah, just make sure it stays stunned.
Well, that's what they do, though. To be fair, like I mean, I would never trust anybody that touched like a 12th century building or any.
That's great. Did you see how much scaffolding there was?
I know. You can see it. I know.
I think that was right up the spire.
I would assume so. Yeah.
Because I literally just flicked on randomly whenever I got home from work, and next thing, it's on fire. Crazy.
I didn't. I was in bed like dying that day, so I literally.
Crazy.
I only found out in Twitter. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's sad.
It is. It's weird. Like I don't understand why I think it's sad, but I just did. Like
I think
it
it's just 'cause
means
it's-
nothing to me. It's just that
It's
it
just
seems
one
like
of those
such
things. Yeah.
like everyone was like it's not a disaster. Not well, it is. It's a historical disaster.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a disaster in the same way as Grenfell was a disaster because that was horrendous. It was horrific. And there's no comparison, obviously, because nobody died in the Notre Dame fire. But
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same thing. Like I didn't have either connection to Grenfell or Notre Dame, but I knew of Notre Dame before I knew about Grenfell. Before it burned down.
I get you. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, like
Yeah.
I knew the historical meaning behind the place.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is people lived in that Grenfell. I didn't like it. It was sad, obviously. Like, but
Well, you still to this day probably wouldn't have heard of it if that didn't happen.
exactly.
Yeah, that's a good. That's
It's
a
just
fair point.
It's just a place in.
Yeah,
in
it's just a
London.
place in London. Like there's 1,000 other towers you've probably never heard of.
Exactly.
That's a fair point. That when people say why don't they give money to those? Fair enough. After the disaster, I understand, but in the same way, the people that are giving money to Notre Dame have a affinity with Notre Dame.
Well, more to the point, they could just get people to check
Check what?
the insulation, check everything.
Oh well, they know that now. But-
Oh well, it's a bit late now, isn't it?
So
Yeah. Anyway, back to handwriting then,
so or graphology, or graphoanalysis,
or
but
whatever.
not graph analysis.
Right. Okay. Because you just want analysis,
So the O is all important.
analyzing graphs.
Yeah. So basically, graphology we'll just go with is the analysis of the physical characteristics and patterns of handwriting. So not just what you're writing or whatever, how you write, how you lean. There's so many different ways. We'll go into all this. Sort of
You could be a psychopath.
could be. You never know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we have that?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
Got a quiz about it.
Basically, it's claims that can identify the writer, indicates a psychological state at the time, so sort of, and evaluating personality characteristics. The only thing is, we will say now, it is a pseudoscience. Anyone that doesn't know what that is, it's basically like beliefs or practices. How do you even put this? Basically, that they can be scientific and factual, but don't work with a scientific method. So like it works, but there's no way to prove that it works.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Like gravity. Obviously a joke.
So basically, it's incorrectly sometimes used to refer to the forensic document examination. That's different because they would, for example, be able to tell if you're right-handed, left-handed,
no-handed,
what type of pen you were using. No. Oh dear. So that's just if you haven't written anything.
Yeah.
So basically,
You can write your mouth or your feet.
Well, I wonder if they could tell. Probably could.
Probably.
They're very clever.
Right toe's definitely the one there.
So yeah, it's not for forensic. It's for the other bits that we've discussed there. Right?
Yeah.
So basically, that is what would be called graph analysis.
Mm-hmm.
Just that's why it's not that. Anyway, so it's been controversial for more than a century. And basically people that support it, we're not going to go into this too deeply, people that support it tend to basically give like story evidence rather than actual factual evidence, and use it for like personality evaluation and things like that.
So weird, like.
And then, but then empirical studies basically show that what they're sort of saying is true, doesn't stack up because there's no actual way to test it. So whilst it might be true, and it's sort of fun to like read about it and sort of go, oh, what am I, and whatever.
Well, they're all sort of guesses, though, weren't they? Like,
yeah, until they can prove it. Yeah. And as I say,
like, we've seen like an awful lot of those serial killer documentaries and stuff, and the majority of the time their writing's messy as anything. Like, you know, and some of the time their writing can be quite neat. You just never know. But
lined up perfectly.
Exactly. Some people use rulers and stuff as well. So.
Do you know some stuff that, right?
Yeah, Lawrence Mom.
Lawrence Mom.
Yeah. Lawrence Mom.
Use a ruler. So
to write. Not to spank. Not me anyway.
So basically, we got a brief sort of rundown of the Mighty Reader's Digest on what your handwriting says about you. So, there's maybe 10, 11 of these maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I got 12 questions for you as well.
Okay, cool. Right. So basically, we'll go through these together, answer them, and we'll give you the whole read through whatever they say here, and you can sort of go along if that's what you wish to do. So the first question I have here is, how big or small do you write? It says large or small, but realistically, I'm somewhere in between.
I'm in between as well.
I wouldn't say I write particularly big.
I write capital letters big, and
and the rest.
Like, I write like a normal person. Yeah.
So it says here, you'd be surprised to see what handwriting analysis says about you. Did you know that big, outgoing personalities tend to write in large letters, and shy, introverted types prefer to write small? If you have average size handwriting, it demonstrates a strong ability to focus and concentrate. I would guess that's because you can actually go big, small, 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 big, and you're like remembering to go and change, whereas everyone else is like big or small. Yeah,
there's an awful lot of people in school I remember used to write like I don't know, like stupidly.
Did you ever get the psychos that did it all in caps?
Well, some of my teachers did all caps.
Psychos.
My dad writes all caps.
Psycho.
He's mental.
I'm telling you, like, there was a girl who used to sit beside me who every S, capital, doesn't matter where it was.
Disappeared. D-I. S.
That's what it was. I swear. M-I, massive S, I. Everything else was small, and then other massive S's in there. Like it was. I remember turning around. This must have been first or second year. I was like, "Why do you do that?"
Yeah, it's weird.
And she was like, "I don't know. I've always done it." I was like, "Why?"
People used to like put hearts in their T's and stuff.
T's
in their eyes.
T with a heart on top.
Just like a like a needle dick.
Oh dear. Not a heart balloon. Okay.
No. Yeah, well that could have been another one.
Yeah. So next one I have is, how do you space your words? Do you leave large spaces, small spaces, fairly normal?
I just sort of in words, probably. Yeah, but you used to say like you have to do like a thumb. Do you remember like in school they said about using the thumb?
Finger space?
Well, ours was a thumb space.
Weird.
I know.
Ours was finger space, and then you had to move on. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
that's probably not far off the far.
That doesn't.
No. That's roughly the space between my words.
Really?
Well, not any like. As I've grown up, obviously my fingers gotten bigger.
Yeah.
I wasn't like 6 with massive hands, but like I look like Mickey Mouse. Yeah. Oh, finger space. But basically, people who leave large spaces between words tend to enjoy freedom and independence. While those who squeeze all their words together tend to like the company of others. If your words are totally jammed together, a handwriting analysis will suggest that you might be intrusive or have the tendency to crowd people.
So I wouldn't say many of them. I'm like sort of in between, because some words are like far away from others, and then some are like closer. It's just, I don't know, my writing's atrocious. Like,
see that one there, I think like the spacing thing, the way they've got the picture is that either you leave like spaces almost like between your letters and then a big space and then another word, or it's all like really close. So it's not really they're not really giving you much of in between there. I'd say that mine's just fairly normal.
Yeah.
Like I would say that the whole finger space thing's stuck. So that's what I'd go for.
Fair enough.
How much pen pressure do you use is another one. So heavy pressure, soft pressure, sort of in between, but you're still leaning quite heavily.
See, it all depends on the paper. Like it literally does. Like, because I mean, you're not going to put loads of pressure on someone when you're like leaning on a paper on someone's back or something. Like, are you?
Well, that's the thing. Like I would say either way. I don't do soft pressure like ever.
No, I would never unless I'm like shading.
Yeah,
but that's not right.
Yeah,
so
it's coloring in.
No,
or
shading.
Or there's I would say
I'm in between.
I'm closer to heavy than I am to soft.
I would be as well, but I'm in between.
I'd say. So why?
Closer to hard and the soft.
While a very heavy pen pressure can suggest tension and anger, a moderately heavy pressure is a sign of commitment. I am so committed.
To writing this word.
A soft pressure means you're empathetic and sensitive, and you might also lack vitality, so that you're sort of don't really care. So how do you dot your I's is the next one.
With a dot.
So do you do like a high dot, low dot, middle dot, circle, heart?
I'm in the middle.
Little cross.
I never. What?
You ever see that one? Where you do like the X above an eye?
No.
It's like a very like emo thing.
Oh yeah, the kisses. The people used to do it all the time.
You do like.
I put kisses above it. You mean X?
Yeah,
no, a kiss.
It's an X. Yeah, literally is an X.
See, whenever people said to me in school, I was like, "Have you just like taken the letter X out of the? Just said it's a kiss now? What? What do you call it in a card? An X? No, it's a kiss. All right then.
XOXO.
Yeah. Kiss.
Um,
Hug. What?
A B C D.
Kiss.
Hug. Kiss Y Z.
That's how they learnt their ABCs anyway.
Yep, that's how I learnt mine. Lemon M a P in the middle.
Lemon M a P.
Yeah. LMNOP. I know that now. I learned yesterday. So if you dot your I's high on the page, you are likely to have an active imagination. And a closely dotted eye is the mark of an organised and detail-orientated mind. If you dot your I's slightly to the left, you might be a procrastinator. If you dot your I's slightly to the right, if you dot your I's with a circle, you're more likely to have a playful, childlike quality. You are so playful if you put a circle above. You definitely don't look 3. So next one's slightly away from handwriting. It's how legible is your signature? We both did ours earlier. Phil's is definitely more legible than mine. So
yours could be anybody.
I don't know. Mine's definitely hard to forge.
I don't think it is. I can forge it.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
So you see my dad's, it's ridiculous.
Oh, I'm sure.
I've
My mum and dad's terrible as well.
I've never seen anything like it in my life. It is just a massive scribble.
Yeah.
So basically, sign your
documents. Like someone
someone
sneezes when they're writing something.
No, it's like it's all together in like one big, and then it's just like through it. It's like one like lump. It's crazy.
And a line
with like a.
So it's like a ball of wool, just with a little thing coming for it.
But it's like if you try and copy it, it won't work.
Yeah.
Like it's like impossible. It's such a good signature.
Oh dear.
So a legible signature is usually a sign of confidence and comfort in one's own skin, while an illegible signature is a mark of a private or a hard to read person. So there you are. Your handwriting, which way does it slant? So we're back to
Mine's
handwriting.
definitely to the right. I write like that. Yeah, mine's to the right.
Because yours is joint more so when you're writing.
When I'm writing like letters and stuff, it'll be joint. But if I'm just writing like a card, I'll just never joint.
Yeah, because it would look weird in joint.
Exactly.
There's like 2 words, and then you're done. Whereas mine would be, I'd say 80% not joint, and then randomly I'll join up a few letters mid-word because I won't take the pen off the page. It's weird. I don't know why.
Sometimes your hand doesn't let you.
But maybe it's just a habit. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be.
But in terms of slant, I don't know. Oh dear. In terms of probably slightly to the right.
What is it? I don't know why I'm putting this down to like it's such a.
It's because you said needle dick earlier.
Yeah, probably.
It's gone.
Slightly to the right.
So did you know? You can tell. Well, a bit direction. So, right slant means you like to meet and work with new people, while left slant means you prefer to keep to yourself. Kid you not, this is the next one. I'm just gonna read it word for word. Right, you ready? Left slanters also tend to be reserved.
The porn industry must be terrible for this one.
Oh dear. Oh, dear. There you go. If you're a left slanter, you're probably a bit more reserved than us writers.
Oh dear.
Okay, so all about your T's. We've dotted the I's, now we're crossing the T's. So it depends how you would cross your T. Is it a high cross? Is it in between? Is it close to like the wee E?
Mine's long and high.
Yeah. So your T's have a lot to do with what your handwriting says about you. According to handwriting analysis experts, if you cap your T's with a long cross, you're likely determined and enthusiastic, and possibly stubborn. If you use a short cross, you could be because you're lazy.
I don't understand what qualifies as just. If the cross is smaller than the L technically, then what's the point in even making the T?
You could put one at the bottom, make it an I. It's a good point. Yeah, it's too much to go wrong. Too much to go wrong there.
Yeah.
Anarchy.
On the page.
If you cross your lowercase t's up high, you're likely to have more goals. If you cross them low, it's time to raise the bar for yourself. That's what they say. So you can sort of see how this isn't provable, because I'd say that if you looked at the likes of Jeff Bezos's T's, I guarantee you they're not all high T's.
I mean, it wouldn't matter anyway, because I just don't. Where are you gonna get the? How are you gonna prove it? Like, I don't understand how you can prove it.
That's
not everyone's handwriting is going to be the exact same every time they write.
No, and sometimes I do find that. Like, sometimes I'll start out really neat at the top, and then by the end I'm like, what happened? When did I learn hieroglyphics?
It literally is concentration. That's the problem.
It's weird. Yeah. It's funny.
That's why I'm happy that computers exist.
Yeah, they just have.
They don't show how, like, you could have done.
I'm getting quite tired now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it can't show.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, spell checker.
Yeah, that is actually something that I find has probably taken away from our ability as people to have like good English skills, that we don't even need to learn how to spell anymore.
Yeah.
It sounds sort of like this. That's it, and then you just change it.
Yeah.
And you're done. And then
yeah, I've certainly known myself to be a bit lazier now in terms of like, say if I'm writing something and I miss a letter, I'm like,
moving on.
I just hit the correction thing just to go. But sometimes if I write like given, sometimes it writes like, I don't know, like hydrogen or something instead of given. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I didn't write that. Nowhere near it.
I love the ones that are like, you try and swear, and it's like duck.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't fit there.
Yeah.
Or shirt.
There was one. Well, that's a bit like the good place, but there was one time I was writing. I think it could have been to Dean, but I can't remember what it was. But I think it was going to the gym. But obviously the N is beside the M.
Yeah.
So I wrote gin, GYN. Once you hit the space and then hit send.
Oxygen.
No. Gynecologist that changed it to. I swear to God.
That's amazing.
I was like, these three letters. And I was like, why would it change it to that?
That's so random.
To this day, I was like, why would I ever change it to gynecologist for?
That's so good.
Honestly, it was so weird. But it's a Samsung, so it's a Samsung.
Could be anything.
Literally could be anything. Yeah.
Autocorrect whenever it first came out. I'll never forget. I texted my mum, asked her if there was a shirt in my cupboard.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Mum, is there a shit in my cupboard? She just texts back, I don't know why. I swear, I was like, this must be the iPhone 4, so you're talking however many years ago this is.
That's brilliant.
And yeah, that was the first ever autocorrect fail I ever had.
It doesn't smell.
And I was just like, what? Because whenever the reply came through, I was like, what the hell is she on about?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've just never. I don't think I've ever like paid attention, because I just know for a fact anytime I go to write any message, it's going to be some sort of fault in it.
Yep. And it's going to find it and fix it. So it's just a thing I thought about. Now this is about. I'm assuming this is more for joint writers. How do you loop your lowercase L? I don't write with it.
I don't.
Mine's just like a line.
I don't. Whenever it comes to it, unless it's probably like a
yellow.
So if I'm like an E at the bottom. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like if you were to do,
I don't loop the L. I just loop it to go into the next letter. So my L is just a
up
line
and down.
And down. Yeah.
Oh, okay, right. Well, whoever does loop, so we don't do that. So a widely looped L suggests you're relaxed, while a narrow or retraced L.
Oh, there's me.
Or a retraced L means you might be restricting yourself. Stop it.
All right.
Whatever you're restricting yourself from, you stop it.
I can't drink the L's.
So Y hooks, so the little flick on the Y. That's something I don't do ever.
I do.
Whenever you're doing your joint, I never do that.
I go like that.
Oh, hold up, actually. Sorry, in the picture, that's more like my Y. See, like, just the normal...
Little
like, just...
right-angled Y.
Yeah, like, it's just like that. Like, there's no...
Okay.
I don't do, like, any little... It's not fancy, like, it's just a Y.
Yeah. Well, why?
So...
Oh.
Just the way I've always wrote.
Wrote.
So the hook on your Y is a huge indicator of personality. A broad loop means you have a large circle of friends, while a slender loop suggests you're more selective with whom you allow close. A short hook means you're a homebody, with a long hook could mean you have a signal of wanderlust. That's really weird because see my Y's, mine do tend to just be like, I don't have like the little flick. Mine's just like straight.
Oh.
Or do I do it?
So yours is like a slingshot?
If I was to say like, hold on, right, I can't be at the start of a word because then I get confused. Because I'm trying.
Oh my God!
I'm trying to do a capital.
You forgot how do you write?
I'm trying to do a capital Y at the start of a word. So if I was to do like, say the word
messy, literally.
Right. Okay. Thanks.
Not the one with the I.
No. So if I was to do MESSY. Okay. No, I do have a curve.
So you're the same as me. You've got the little bottom tiny lip.
It doesn't go anywhere. Like it doesn't go on to the next letter. It just stops. If you know what I mean.
So yours is like a J with an extra U on it.
It's like that.
Yeah.
But mine has like a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's like a J with a U on it.
A J with a U on top,
Right,
pretty much.
Okay. So the wrong way.
I guess that means I have wanderlust.
Apparently so. And I have a small. What was it?
What
was it? The second smaller loop is
that you're more selective with whom you allow close.
Oh right.
So there you go.
Well, I suppose that's
We're
true.
not far wrong.
Yeah.
Probably the best way to be.
Yeah.
So, are your letters pointed or rounded? I would say mine are more rounded.
Yeah.
Mine definitely looks more jovial. So whether or not your words are rounded or pointed plays a role as well. Pointed letters are a sign of intelligent person, oh dear, who might be holding back aggression, whereas a rounded letter is a signal of creativity.
Yeah, I'd probably say that.
So
it's nice to be in between though, but I mean, pointy. I don't know what it means by.
How do you do a capital A?
Like that.
Yeah, pointy. Me too.
Oh yeah. Well then, right enough.
Interesting. Maybe we're just relaxed and really clever.
My writing doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense because I'm both.
Yeah.
I do both things.
I know.
It does say if it's more. Meh. I don't know what I'd be more of because I would do capital A with a point and then capital. You can't. What are we supposed to do with a P?
How do you do a T? A small T.
Small T.
Yeah.
Like a little thing with a.
See, for me, sometimes it's just line cross, line cross. I don't do the little flicks.
What is wrong? You don't do the little curve at the bottom of a T?
No, like if
you just do a line and a cross.
If you got me to write battle right now,
no,
I'd have the big bouncy B at the start, then a little A, and then line cross LE.
That's so lazy.
I know.
Oh, that's awful. No, I have to do. Well, to be fair, what I do is I do the two T's. Well, I do one T like that, and then do like the big cross, and then put another line in it. So I'm sort of like halfway lazy there. But yeah, I do an awful lot of weird letters.
Maybe
so I do that, and then just do another one.
No, there's no flex. It's just straight down line, and
that's
then move
mad.
on.
I could never do that. I'm so on time. It might look tighter on the page though.
I don't know.
Mine certainly doesn't.
So there you are.
Battle could literally look like gross misconduct.
There's one time I was writing in an exam. I can't remember what the company was called. My teacher the next day, like it was only like 8 of us in the class. It was A2, I think, or A level, and basically it was business studies. I'd done a report on whatever we had to do a report on this fake company, and the teacher was like, whatever way I'd written, because I was writing fast. This leads us in nicely to the next point. I was writing really fast that whatever way I'd written, basically he kept reading butts and thighs as the company name the whole way through, and he was like, it was really off-putting because when I looked at it, I was like, okay, yeah, fair enough. I can't remember what the company was called.
That's brilliant.
But I just remember looking at it being like, oh, it's terrible. I need to sort that out.
That's hilarious.
So the next one is how quickly do you write. So if you write quickly, it's highly likely that you are impatient and don't want to waste time, which would make sense because it was an exam.
Yeah.
And if you take your time getting words down, then you're more methodical and potentially more self-reliant.
It literally depends on if I'm in a rush or
what
not.
you're doing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If I'm doing literally nothing and I have to do this, I will write it the right way.
Mhm.
But if I'm like writing a card that needs to be posted in 2 minutes, I'm like,
Get it down.
even the wrong name in it, don't care.
To whom it may concern.
Yeah. Who's this to again? Don't care.
Well, that's for your mother.
Oh.
I didn't have time.
Why would I post it to my mum?
I'm no surprise.
There you go. It's in the post.
If you're away.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty interesting one. So if you write the letter I, as a pronoun, I, much larger than any other capital letter, you may be arrogant. Which is interesting.
I don't think I've ever done that before.
I've never noticed.
See, they always say about having that you have to have a capital I every time it's singular, like
Yeah.
on its own. Don't like that.
You do?
No, I know, but I don't like it.
Why?
Just don't like it.
I just think a small I would look weird.
Yeah, but I just think a big eye with 2 bloody T's on it just looks stupid. It's just like 2 T's trying to kiss.
I don't do eyes like that either. Mine's just a line.
Unless it's an L.
No,
It's a small L.
because a small L doesn't reach from the top to the bottom of the line. My small L's are like.
Oh, you're on the bit
3/4.
line to paper.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what if it's not on a line bit of paper?
My L's are still.
It's just
smaller.
it's just a what? Sorry.
My L's are smaller.
Yeah, but you're just gonna write the line in the middle of words.
But like, if it's at the start of a word, it's
Slash.
weird. If it's at the start, I'll probably put the lines. But in the mid sentence, I'll probably just draw a line.
Nah, but like you can't see how inconsistent we are when it comes to writing.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
I don't like it.
So if there's a slant of your writing, and it changes over the course of writing, you're potentially lying on the way through. So if you have like a bigger slant at certain parts, probably very subtle, but it's only if you're on the way through, it's potentially you're lying.
Absolute arse.
Oh, joint and not joint, connected and disconnected. They called it so. If you connect your letters when you're writing, it may mean you're more logical and most of your decisions are based on facts. But if your letters are disconnected, you may be more imaginative and impulsive.
Again, both.
I sort of mix. Yeah,
What
definitely
a joke.
a bit of a mixer there.
What a joke.
How often do you use punctuation? So, if you use excessive punctuation, like a lot of exclamation points or full stops, you may be an emotional person. Makes sense. And it may also be a sign you have a slightly obsessive personality. And then, is this the last one now? Sorry, it's 2 more. Okay, so are your O's open or closed? So I know the R's are a bit weird. Like they have a little flick off the end.
Yeah.
Counterclockwise. So it may not be something you think about too often, but the way you create your O's, or write your O's, sorry, may say more about your personality than you think. If your O's are usually closed, you probably tend to keep yourself to yourself and you're more introverted. If your O's are more open, there's a good chance you're more social, regardless of whether you're an introvert or extrovert. There are plenty of strengths of both anyway. And then how to write your E's. So again, we did that earlier on. Mine's slightly more like a smaller circle bit.
Mine looks like a weird curved C.
Well, okay.
It looks like a C. It has a bit of a...
You know, I used to sit a guy in English, and you know how he did his E's? C line.
Yeah, I remember people doing
He'd
that.
do a C and then put a line through it, and I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It did look like an E, but it was weird.
Oh yeah, no, people I've seen people write like this with their pen
in a weird way.
Like I do it with these 3 digits. You do the same?
Do you have a pen? No.
I do have a pen. I don't know where it's gone though.
Let me just hold this flute.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, that's right.
The way most people hold it, with your index finger on top, LOL, your thumb supporting to the left if you're right-handed. I don't know what left people do. And
they're just anomalies.
your middle finger sort of has the actual pen resting on top.
Yeah.
Set that down. So the E's obviously being the last bit here. So if they're narrow or large at the top, says if you're narrow, you're probably more skeptical and uninfluenced by emotions, and if you find your E's are quite large, you might be more open-minded and willing to try new things.
Yeah.
But that's all that done.
It's kind of cool, but I mean, does it really make any sense to me? I'm quite inconsistent when it comes to that sort of stuff. So I am all of those things apparently. So I've got a wee quiz for you, wee quick quiz.
Okay.
It's just a couple of questions, well, 12 questions. What best describes your overall handwriting style? Perfect script, all uppercase block letters, all lowercase print letters, plain and simple print, A mixture of script and print, and it's just a mess. I have no defined style.
Probably what's script and print like, joint and not joint.
Yeah.
In fact, you know what? I'd say 90% of my writing's not joint, so I would go with everyone's not joint.
Plain and simple print.
Yeah.
Okay. The dot on top of a lowercase I is called the title. Title. Tittill.
Title. I would say title.
Yeah. What does yours look like? Woo! So it's got like the one in the middle. It's got like the little quiff, the star or the circle. There's just I know which one yours. Just the dot.
Just the dot. Yeah.
Nothing
fancy about it.
Does your no, definitely not. An eye. Does your handwriting slant? Nope.
Not really.
No. What's this? Slant left or right or not at all?
Not really. No.
Yeah, not at all. What does your signature look like? Again,
the big squiggly sort of one. If
a crazy scribble, you can barely read my name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the other options?
It's completely eligible. Mess. Print my signature. No, you don't. Literally
No.
Those two. Which one would you say? Mess or a crazy scribble?
Yeah, probably just whatever one is like. It makes sense, but you can't read my name.
You don't have a name. You do have a name, but you don't have. You just you just have 2 letters.
Yeah.
Sorry, 3 technically, and then like a little.
Yeah.
So yours is just you can barely read my name. Which
okay.
Yeah. It is a crazy scribble, to be fair.
Yeah.
I have seen it now.
Yeah.
What does your spacing of your handwriting look like? Leave a large left margin. Write everything very close together. Leave a large right margin. Leave a lot of space between letters and words. Write all over the page with no rhyme or reason. I leave no space in the page at all.
I don't know what that means.
Like, whenever you're writing, do you
keep it in the lines? But like, I don't go nuts. Like, if the margin on the left hand side of the page is rolled out, I won't write in that.
Yeah. So
oddly.
So you just leave a lot of space in between letters and words?
No.
So you write everything very close together?
I don't think so. Any of those are really my writing. Can I see the options?
Yeah, I leave no space in the page at all. Or which one would you write?
I write everything very close together. I leave a large left margin.
It used to be right margin, but not.
No, because that's on the left hand side of the page.
Yeah, but you're writing to the right.
Oh well, I fill that right up.
So it would be leave no space at all.
That's a hard one. Because if that means like literally you'll turn it over and it'll look like a Joker's notebook, well then no. But like, I will.
Well, you can always write. I write everything very close together. Because if you fill the entire thing up, then you're okay.
But my words aren't close together. I don't know. Pick one of those two. I don't really know.
All right, I'll put that one in.
Okay.
How do you cross your T's?
Just normally.
Yeah. So the top right. Please be the top right.
What type of tea?
What do you mean, what type
is
of tea?
Is that a small tea?
Well, it's clearly not that tea, is it?
No, it's not. I don't do an X.
It's a big capital T. That's not an X. It's a plus.
Oh yeah, well it's an upright X.
Oh my god.
I don't know if it is top right. I think it might be the bottom right.
Top right.
Top
left.
I'm not being funny. Sometimes the bottom right. Not like as in my bottom right, which is your bottom. Oh, it's also your bottom right.
Yeah, we're looking at the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, probably the bottom right.
That's disgraceful.
I know.
That's awful.
But if those other ones are too high up, I don't need that tiny wee bit at the top. It's not like I need to give a bit.
So you more. Leave literally half of the line.
Let me see. Right, hold on. You keep asking the question. I'm gonna write something on notes and find out what I do.
Okay, so what size is your handwriting? Large, small, or average?
Just normal.
So average then. What's your favourite font to type in? That's not a T.
It is.
Clarky, that's not a T, mate.
Hang on.
I don't care what anyone says, that's not a T. Are you actually writing them? Clarky, that's
written on my fingers, but I'm neater than that.
They're not T's, mate.
It is.
They're not T's, they're just
capital H,
there's
isn't it?
3 lines in between a couple of letters.
Oh, there you go.
Favourite font to type in? Helvetica, Times New Roman, Futura.
Can I see them? Are they written in it?
No.
Oh, balls.
Well, you know,
Helvetica maybe?
You should know what these look like.
I don't. I just write whatever's in and then...
You don't even change it?
I usually change it to Arial.
Well, Arial's here.
Oh, then pick
Arial, Comic Sans, or Bodoni.
No, not 6. Arial.
Comic Sans is
for children.
Best, mate.
No.
No, could you imagine what your CV in comics?
Exactly. It's Arial or Helvetica.
Do you tend to write with light or heavy pressure? Heavy.
More heavy than light, but
Well,
it's definitely not.
You can't.
There's no sliding scale there.
You can't.
Then go heavy. That's fine.
Yeah. Are your letters connected by or them the are they are your letters connected or by themselves? Yours are
more by themselves. I'd say.
There's loads of different ones here. I always string them together. Sometimes I join a letter or two.
That one.
That's your one there.
That's the one. I don't even need to hear the rest. That is it.
This one that says a little. Oh no! What's happened there?
It's just gonna say at the bottom, run. If you're in a room with this person, do not react.
He has destroyed your entire. Literally, where have I gone to now? See what's happened is you've completely changed it all up here.
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you said what was it? Arial. You said.
Yes.
And now it went on to a full Arial advert.
Oh wow.
Strange. So how would you describe your overall shape of your letters? Round, sharp, wide, erratic, narrow, or consistent?
I'd say more rounded, but like as I say, I would do like a capital A as like a pointy A.
Yeah, erratic maybe would be mine. I don't know. Does your handwriting get better or worse as you fill a page? Stays the same, worse or better?
Fairly similar.
So
if I'm concentrating the entire time,
it stays the same.
Yeah.
Okay. See what the results say about you here. Literally, see if it's going to pop.
It's just going to make run.
Is he there? If so, bye bye.
If so, make an excuse and leave.
You have a reserved personality. You take a more serious approach to life. You stay in your comfort zone whenever possible. You're all business all the time and won't tolerate any nonsense.
That's funny because I would completely disagree with comfort zone. I don't like comfort zones. They bore me. I try and do something the weird stuff when possible. Yeah. Yeah,
well, I mean, I'm not going to do me because I know what I already am.
But that's not a million miles away from how I would be at work.
Yeah, but I think it's very different from being like outside stuff. Because I would never say handwriting would define you as a person. Yeah, exactly. But
interesting.
Yeah, we'll leave that one there, folks. That's the end of part 1. We'll see you again in part 2. Alright folks, welcome back to part 2. Just a wee thing that's trending recently is the new Xbox One S, all digital
That's
edition.
S for Sierra, not X for X-ray. Just in case. I know our accents get that.
Yeah, S for shite. Yeah, what's your thoughts? Bit silly?
Instantly, I'm not a fan of the downloaded stuff. First of all, as everyone that has ever spoken about this knows, I hate that it's more expensive. Why is it more expensive?
Yeah.
You literally are not getting anything physical. How is it not cheaper?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's obviously the convenience you're paying for, but I'm not a fan of the downloady stuff anyway. I like a physical copy of something, which I know won't be forever, but while it's here, I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So straight off the bat, I'm not on board with the fact that they're going to charge you for a console and then charge you a premium for the games for that console because they've taken away the choice for you to buy a game off Amazon. For an example, Anthem was £40 on Amazon or £60 on the Xbox. Come on.
Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense. Like, and the fact that it's out next month is a bit soon as well. But it says here it's £200 in the UK. I think it's $250 in the US. 1 terabyte. Don't see the point in that.
Hard drive.
We've already got a 1 terabyte hard drive in our Xbox, and we've already had to buy another hard drive just because we don't want to fill up our actual hard drive.
And also, it doesn't run 4K.
No, yeah, exactly.
Does it? One S doesn't, does it?
It does, yeah. The Xbox One S does. Yeah.
Does run 4K?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it didn't.
4K, Ultra HD, high dynamic range. The same. It's basically the same as the Xbox One X, just digital, really.
Right. Okay. So I was completely off board because it didn't play 4K. I assumed it didn't.
No, it does. It does literally everything that the Xbox One X does, really, but it just hasn't got. Yeah, I mean, it says here go all digital with disc-free gaming. Okay, so you got cloud storage. Already have that. Digital library, you can already have that.
Yep.
I mean, you can use that Xbox as the digital one anyway.
Yeah, you wouldn't need to buy games.
Exactly. Pre-install games, you can still do that with you can still download.
Yeah.
All digital.
That's how you install games.
I mean, it's got 4. Like, I'm not bashing it or anything, but it's literally just the 4 things they've listed here you can already do, all digital. You can already do that if you don't want to have a disc.
Yeah, you don't have to buy this.
Exactly, and I mean, what they've done here is anyone who wants to have that Xbox, possibly the Xbox One X or whatever, any Xbox at all, and you can download games on it. It's the same Xbox just with a disc tray.
Yeah, like
You've got more options. I don't understand why on earth would you would want to have. Why would you buy another Xbox with a disc tray?
I mean, is it cheaper?
It's okay. So you're getting the console plus a wireless controller and 3 games, which I might add are all free. Well, not free, but they're all on the Game Pass. Which you can also get your Game Pass and your Xbox Live subscription now in a bundle.
Oh,
And pay that per year.
how much is that?
I think it works like £5 cheaper a month, or
Okay.
£3 cheaper a month.
I pay mine in one go. That's why I was wondering.
I'm the
whether
same.
it's...
So
yeah.
I mean I pay for Netflix and Aaron pays for Game Pass.
All right, fair enough. Yeah.
So it's sort of works, you
Yeah.
know. But you're paying £200 for all that, which I mean isn't that bad. Like, but you literally have to have a good internet connection as well.
Yeah, good point.
So
Yeah.
anyone who lives in a place that doesn't have any good internet connection at all, then you're sort of buggered. But if you, again, like I said, if you've already got a console and you can download from the store from it, like it'd be very different if they went right. Well, if you buy a console that only has a disc tray in it, you can't download from the store. If that was the case,
that would change things.
But then they're forcing you to buy this console that you don't want.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, if they were to say, right, okay, tell you what, because you're just literally downloading this game off the store, there's no physical case, there's no postage, you know, nobody's having to put this together for you. It's £45 per game, or you can buy it for 50 in a store and have a physical copy. I am downloading for days.
Yeah,
but quite frankly, whenever the prices as they are, absolutely no chance am I going to a console, if I can avoid it, that costs £60 to get a game that I can get £10 or £15 cheaper online, for a copy.
I mean that's always going to be the problem though. They're always going to the retailers like the CD keys and stuff. They're always going to be cheaper, which is a big issue if you ever want to go digital. If you ever want to have a digital console, an all digital console, but I mean at the end of the day, like the way they're going down is that Steam is all digital.
Yeah.
So like it's more of a convenience to PC gamers because PC gamers would rather have it all in one library.
Yeah.
Instead of having.
And they're not overpriced, are they?
No, they're not. They're not overpriced either. Like so.
I personally think the Xbox Live Store is ridiculous. It's far too expensive.
For price of games, I think. But like I would love to know the reasoning behind the pricing. I can't just put it down to convenience because that's just ridiculous. I think adding another £20 on for convenience is just ridiculous.
People buy it.
They do, but
that's why people are like, I can't be bothered. Some people are like, I don't want to wait a day for a game. If it's a day late, I couldn't give less of a crap.
Yeah, well, I just like to see the numbers. I mean, like I said, I'm not bashing it. If anyone it's just not for me. That's all. But anyone who wants to buy it, fair play to them. But I just love to see the numbers because the Xbox One X is the lowest selling console.
85 million.
41.
Was it 41? What was 85? Oh, Xbox 360. Sorry. Yeah,
it's insane. Absolutely insane. And if this is going to be...
It is considerably more expensive though.
It is, but for right reasons.
What's it, £500 more?
No, not £500 more, £200 more.
No, I mean that was £500 or more, was it?
It was 500 or 550.
Five something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was 550 with a game and something. Obviously, the controller.
I just got the wee Scorpio controller thing.
Yeah, that's what we did. I think the majority of us did that.
I think most of us did that.
But I think, I mean, fair play to them. They're branching out.
It is more powerful though, right?
The S.
Considerably more powerful than the S, the X.
Like
it has to
I
be.
would assume
its internals have to be far better.
I would assume so. Yeah. I mean, there's literally no other.
Because that is officially the world's most powerful console now.
Yeah, there's
the X. This is.
Yeah, there's no actual thing saying on the actual store here that's.
Like a comparison.
Yeah. So.
But you would assume it is. So like basically the way I think they're doing things now is they're making the S more affordable. It still plays 4K, which is a surprise. As I say, I didn't think it did. And they're making it the convenient console for £200.
Yeah, I suppose so. But then
you could buy 5 games and it still would just about make up an Xbox One X.
Yeah,
there's a way to look at it.
I suppose so.
But that suits. I think that's something for like kids where they can't break a disc or whatever. and you can put the parental controls on it, and you can have a real decision on what is on the Xbox.
Yeah.
You could stop them playing 18s. They couldn't even have a friend bring a game over. Not possible.
Yeah, that would also be a real pain in the ass. 'Cause it means that Game Pass would be or Game Share would be a pain.
But then you have to install and stuff. Sure, now like if I was to bring a disc over and be like, here, do you want to play FIFA? When in 2 hours, you know, you can't just pop it in anymore and play.
Yeah, I
like you used to be able
suppose.
to, so.
That's just the evolution of gaming now. Like it's more of a de-evolution, like really. But
Yeah, but anyway, my thoughts are until the prices of online games on stores are in any way reasonable, I am totally against paying 25% more for a game that you can literally buy on Amazon, which will probably reach you the same day. But
yeah, I'm more of a physical owner myself. Like I prefer to own like special games, not like every game.
Stuff,
yeah, exactly. I prefer to own certain games like that. So I probably wouldn't ever buy a digital console unless
literally I have to.
The gaming community was like, it's all digital now. Yeah, then it'd be very different. But yeah, just thought we'd look at that there.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. But we've got a lovely little trailer announced and all, haven't we, this week for Star Wars?
I was very excited. I watched the panel.
Oh, that's right, you did, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I was driving home from work. It started at 5 o'clock, so I listened to the panel until I got home, and when I got home, so this was on the Friday, and then whenever I got home, I watched the remainder.
Okay.
So I got to see the start where, oh my goodness, Stephen Colbert, I nearly didn't get to my head there, he was the host. Did you know he seen episode 4 3 weeks, or it's in the original 3 weeks before anyone else?
No.
Yeah. He was offered tickets to a theatre, well, with others, but he was offered tickets to a theatre. He remembers big blue tickets, said Star Wars on it, 4 tickets, brought 2 friends and one of his parents because they had to drive.
Yeah.
And he said that whenever he came out, everything was different. He was just like, oh my goodness, like I'm not going to be able to explain this to anyone. How am I going to explain this? But anyway, he told a few wee stories. It was cool. Brought out Kathleen Kennedy and JJ and Anthony Daniels, and there was, the whole cast. There's no point in going through all their names, but I threw them all, had a chat and whatever. It was good. Like they brought it around to how they got Leia in, which was really interesting. Like none of it's CGI at all. There's no body doubles. It's all footage from episode 7.
Oh right.
So what they did is they took the footage and they were like, okay, how do we build around this? So they built scenes around her to keep her in.
Oh, that's nice.
And finished her arc that way.
That's nice.
Which is really good. So anyway, they addressed all the big points, and one person who wasn't on the stage, Adam Driver.
Oh really?
Wasn't there.
I wonder what he was doing.
Don't know. Probably bench pressing, getting a big massive chest.
Probably filming another show.
Confirmed he is not topless in this film. But anyway, so obviously watched the whole thing. It was really good. Really got everybody's insights in the films, and then trailer.
Big trailer.
And oh my word, I'm not being funny. I've watched it so many times.
It was good. Like
I've watched it so many times, and I've had a good deep dive in, had a good think about it. A lot of what I'm thinking comes from the Aftermath novels, and also slightly from Battlefront 2. If you remember, the Emperor has his contingency plan.
Oh yeah, right. No,
Battlefront 2, which is canon. Remember that? So, and that's just before the First Order.
Yeah. Right enough.
Is in. So
right enough.
Just bear all this in mind.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to it, but
it's gonna be amazing.
Far away.
It is, and you know what the best part is? This is literally a teaser. So you have obviously Mark Hamill speaking over the top. For anyone that hasn't seen it, starts with Rey in a desert.
If you haven't seen it yet and you're a Star Wars fan, there's something wrong.
Yeah, you're not a Star Wars fan. You might think you are, but you're not. Because everyone has YouTube. So she's panting in a desert. And then literally you see a TIE silencer, or the TIE silencer on the way, with probably Kylo Ren in it.
I would assume so.
She starts running away, but it's like a planned run. It's not like she's scared. She ignites her saber and does this mad big flip over the top. Theories on that floating around. Are they fighting each other or are they training?
Aye, they're training.
So which is it?
That was like the initial thought. I was like, nah, it has to.
Yeah.
It could. Doesn't make it. It didn't look as if it was a battle.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't like
It was. Can you jump over this? Yeah.
People were like, well, maybe like the guns are broken.
They're not. He would have killed her from a long way off. So anyway, she jumps over, does this big mad cool jump thing. Then it sort of splits into just the whole rest of the trailer,
Love
which
the
is
music for it.
oh, it's great, wasn't it?
Made the trailer for me.
It goes into sort of shows you all the other characters. You know, shows you Finn, Ray, or Finn, Poe, sorry, all together doing their thing. C-3PO in the background. There's BB-8 and D-O, I think it is. That's what you call the little other wee robot.
Yeah.
That's like his friend in this one, and that was confirmed too because when he came out on stage, we do.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And BB-8 and R2D2 and stuff were on stage too.
Yeah.
But basically goes through all that sort of stuff. You see a bit of action, a bit of shooting. You see Kylo Ren do a body slam, which is class. Sort of slow motion. Shows you like a city. Sort of looks like it's snowing around that city, doesn't it? And then I suppose the most important bit is where Rey and Finn, etc., are walking towards the shell of the Death Star. Death Star 2 to be precise.
I think that's class.
And then Mark Hamill or Luke Skywalker says, no one's ever truly gone, which is a quote from one of the films. It's going to annoy the life out of me. No one's ever truly gone. What's that from? Oh my goodness. Right, that's going to do my head in, honestly. Right. Anyway, so he says no one's ever truly gone, fades to black, and then you hear the Emperor laugh. And that's where we got.
Yeah, Emperor's laugh was pretty mad. Like I thought, see at the end of it, I was like, give me goosebumps.
Oh, it's cool, isn't it?
I was like, I wasn't expecting.
He came on the stage after.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool now.
He came on. He is there.
Oh my god.
In some capacity. Now, apparently it's not going to go by the extended universe books, which is that he had clones and just kept jumping from body to body.
Which is good.
Not going to do that.
Yeah.
But if we're going by, for example, Battlefront 2 has that like projection on a robot. In the Aftermath books, it's rumoured that he never died.
Weird, like.
But we don't know.
Yeah. I suppose we'll find out. I mean, December's quite a lot, like I said, but it's quite a long time away, like, and they just don't really...
Yeah, it's 8 months. And
we have Avengers next week.
Yeah.
We don't really have an awful lot. You have an awful lot. You've got Game of Thrones to watch.
Next week and 4 weeks after that, and it's done.
Yeah, well then you don't really have. We don't have. What do we have?
Spider-Man.
What's one film?
There's bound to be another. I'm convinced there's another. Oh, X-Men.
Oh yeah, the Gene.
Right too.
Yeah, it's true.
Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean,
There's lots.
It's tough to even like.
There's lots.
It's hard to do like to look forward to all these things and just like have Star Wars at the end. Like December's always the best month now because of that. Hate Christmas, love Star Wars. It's just by far
just
the best.
A new
thing
T-shirt. New T-shirt idea. Hate Christmas, love Star Wars.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's something like, isn't it? But yeah, no, I am certainly looking forward to it. The trailer absolutely give me goosebumps, and
so good.
I can't wait for the actual. Well, I don't even know. 3 more trailers are probably released between now and December.
At least 2.
Yeah.
It's mad. I think Daisy Ridley's 27. Isn't it?
Is she?
Yeah. John Boyega's like 27 as well. Yeah.
It's near close to my age.
Yeah. It's crazy.
She's actually single.
She is 100%.
Well,
so
I'm not. So
not that I looked into that. I just heard.
You just heard. Yeah. Okay. Well, from John Boyega. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So there you are.
But yeah, you looking forward to it? Yeah?
Oh, so much.
Stupid question.
It's gotta be amazing.
Yeah.
This is an episode on its own.
I think we'll have to probably talk about more whenever the more trailers and all come out. We'll probably
next trailer we'll do a proper breakdown.
Yeah,
and compare it to the teaser because you'll probably find it will be slightly different.
I would assume so. Yeah.
So yeah.
But we'll leave that one there, folks, and we'll catch you in part 3. So part 3. Oh yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back.
Forgot about welcome you all back. That's fine. Part 3 is just going to be all about the best thing ever to grace this earth, and that's Avengers. But the Russo brothers have released a little picture of a letter they wrote about not spoiling the end game, basically. But you're gonna read that, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll read it now. So this is
Listen up,
literally
folks.
word for word.
And if you don't obey this, people will hurt people.
Probably.
Yeah, I know.
I've already promised.
Yeah.
So, to the greatest fans in the world, this is it. This is the end. The end of an unprecedented narrative mosaic spanning 11 years and 11 franchises. For all of you who've been on this journey with us since the very beginning, sharing every high and low with your family, your friends, your classmates, your co-workers, investing so deeply in every character and storyline, laughing, cheering, shedding tears, giving so freely of your thoughts and emotions in spirited dialogue, theories, fan art and fan fiction. Please know that the two of us, along with everyone involved in Endgame, have worked tirelessly for the last 3 years with the sole intention of delivering a surprising and emotionally powerful conclusion to the Infinity Saga. Because so many of you invested your time, your hearts and your souls into these stories, we're once again asking for your help. When you see Endgame in the coming weeks, please don't spoil it for others, the same way you wouldn't want it spoiled for you. Remember, Thanos still demands your silence. As always, good luck and happy viewing. The Russo brothers. #don't spoil the Endgame.
So good. I literally hope people doesn't like. I mean, if that ever happens, because what was the Star Wars one I said about? Remember the MMA fighter Colby? Ruined Star Wars.
The Last Jedi was, or no, was it Last Jedi?
Yeah, it was Last Jedi. I was
he tweeted a spoiler. Yeah, he tweeted a spoiler. What was the spoiler? Was it about
Luke died?
Who?
Luke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was Snoke for some reason, but that makes sense.
Yeah. People
this
like that.
would be. I mean,
because it's the last film. Like we all like. Obviously, the comics are out there, but the comics aren't the same as the films. The way the films are the same as the comics, they're not going to have the exact same storylines or all elements from it.
Can't, because some of them don't exist.
Yeah, so
like Adam Warlock, he technically exists, but he isn't here yet.
So we can't exactly know if you know what I mean. So yeah, but thankfully you're going to go and see it on the Thursday. We're actually going to see it at the same time,
which is an accident. We didn't know.
Yeah, it was strange.
Same time, same cinema.
Yeah, that is weird actually.
Same seats. So
sit at each other's knees.
You sit down, I can't.
But there's a few people are obviously going to see it on the midnight release.
Yes.
And
what's that? How many hours? That 20 hours before us. They'll be out 17 hours, but they won't be able to. I'm not being funny. Same with Game of Thrones. I'm in the same situation. Every Sunday evening, through to Monday, I cannot go on social media.
Yeah. Until
I've seen it. Thankfully, I'm in the position with Game of Thrones that I have Now TV. I can go back and watch it whenever I want. Mm-hmm. But this is different. I physically can't see this until Thursday at this time.
Yeah.
This is huge for me.
Yeah.
This
is
the
I've already muted everything, so anything
you've done it already?
And I see between obviously nothing can be spoiled unless someone's got an thing, but I just obviously not going to see likes of like Marvel and all pop up anymore, which is a bit sad for me because I like reading all the things. I know, but it's whenever I go on the Twitter stuff, like the majority of my stuff's like UFC and Marvel and stuff, so it's all going to be UFC, and I'm like, there's nothing happening yet. So, but I went and muted everything, so just to be careful because I just don't want to see anything anywhere of anyone leaking anything. So, I'm so buzzed for it. Like, but at the same time, people watching it on the midnight release, I'm just going to be
I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah,
I don't know what's gonna happen.
What with the film?
Yeah,
it's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be really sad. I can just tell.
I know, but I don't. I hope we're not like beside each other now because we're all gonna be like,
"Don't look at me."
And then Rachel and Nora gonna be like, "What are they getting on like?"
Literally.
But I mean, I suppose it's like that fella. We should probably talk about it in the last bit there. But that fella, the Star Wars thing as well. That's terrible, isn't it?
It just makes me so angry.
Yeah.
Anyone that doesn't know, there's a fan reaction posted of a guy getting very emotional to the Rise of Skywalker trailer. Which we probably should have mentioned.
That's what I said. We should have said, yeah.
But basically, he gets very emotional. He's very into it, as most are, and a girl started making fun of him.
Yeah, well, I think she's one of the most viral, but there was an awful lot of people that did say it was cringeworthy and all, and they're sort of cracking it, but I don't care. Just let people do people.
Why can they not just like stuff?
You do you,
There's
sir.
nothing wrong with liking Star Wars. There's nothing wrong with liking things that don't harm anyone else. Nothing wrong with it.
Well, I mean, she's a Trump supporter, so
say no more.
he takes away people's passions, so she can do the same thing, can't she?
Well, see, at the end of the day, I'd love to see how she would take it if it was the other way around.
Well, if people sort of
You know,
belittling Trump and all, she'd
if
be
she
like, "What are
started
you
saying
doing?"
that this guy's undateable, the guy's married.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And she seems pretty cool from what I've watched some of the videos as well. So she seems like as if she's as big a nerd as him. So
there you are.
nothing normal, like
It's
nothing
just,
wrong with
it's
that.
so frustrating. Like, as I say, obviously this isn't, you know, in any way related to the end game yet. I'm sure he'll probably post something to do with that as well. But I just do not see the problem. If you don't like something somebody else does, I'm pretty sure we've said this on here before. It doesn't matter. It does not affect you in any way, shape, or form. And the way that girl, specifically her, because it's the one I had seen, the way that she reacted to somebody enjoying something is just embarrassing.
Yeah, it's shameful. It's shameful.
Yeah, really is. But I mean, as I say, Endgame, Star Wars, Game of Thrones. There's 3 things this year that finish for me. Done. Game of Thrones, there isn't. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
In the next 5 weeks, it's done.
Well, then again, you have another thing for like the prequels and stuff coming.
There's no date for those yet.
No, but eventually,
So
at least
they
you know
will
that's,
eventually.
at least you know that's coming. Whereas the likes of this storyline for Avengers and the MCU is like that's the end of this storyline.
Yeah, well, they have the rest planned. Like, obviously, Spider-Man's next, and there's talk of, I think they plan the next 8 films.
Yeah, but it's still
but
not,
that means that X-Men aren't there.
Yeah, it's still not the same as like we've literally followed this from Iron Man 1. Like it's crazy to even think about this is gonna be this is the final film. It's gonna be 3 hours long.
Yeah, 3 hours 2 minutes, I think.
Is there gonna be a thing at the end of it then?
I think so.
I hope there is, because
it'll open up the universe. I have a funny feeling that this is gonna be almost like a reset, and we're gonna go away from what we've known, and it'll push us more into like Guardians territory, what a lot of people didn't know.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna go into a lot more of that. And then equally, Star Wars in December. It's another
awful.
end. It's done.
I know, it's completely finished.
I mean, well, that saga's done. There's
Yeah,
gonna be
but
obviously
it's like
Mandalorian and
but Mandalorian's it's not for the Disney thing for
which we're due to get late this year, I think, or early next year.
$6.99, I think.
It's not there.
A month.
You know, I was speaking to Rachel actually about this and saying there's going to be a point where you have to make a decision. Like, do we just keep streaming stuff, or do we buy Sky?
Yeah.
What's the point in it?
Yeah. Because you got Now TV, don't you?
Yeah, we do. So what's the point in it?
Yeah.
Like, seriously?
Sky is quite expensive though.
It is, but I mean, if you get it with your internet, it's not too bad. But at the same time,
It is bad.
like if you can get better internet and you don't need Sky, it's just something I thought about. That
Well, we're currently looking into the whole Virgin thing at the moment, but
that's so much better.
we'll just have to see what way it works. But there's an awful lot of streaming services now where you should. I just think it should be coming in a bundle or something. Do you know what I mean?
I wish Disney was coming like this month, like as soon as it was, whenever it's coming out in America. I don't know the date, but whenever it's coming out, I just wish it would come out here. But you know, they're projecting not to make any money until 2022.
What, through the Disney Plus thing? Why is that?
They spent so much.
Oh, and obtaining all the titles.
Yeah, like it's no, well, not even just the titles, but like the actual production costs of everything.
Oh really?
Like they're talking, I think it's something like 15 billion.
Wow.
Or something stupid that they've spent. Netflix spent that last year.
Yeah, their stock went down.
They're ramping up big, because there's a battle now. Because Apple have their streaming service coming.
I know.
They're working with Oprah. Amazon obviously have theirs. There's Netflix. There's Hulu. In America.
Well, Hulu's been around for a while, but I mean, so is Netflix. Netflix actually started off as a distribution company for videos and stuff, which is kind of strange, but
it's just there's so many at the moment that eventually some are gonna die. So
it's unfortunate, but I hope Netflix doesn't because
I can't see it. It's too big.
Yeah,
it's too big.
You'd think that, but I mean, I think
all they need to
Disney
do is screw up though. Like Marvel, if you think they've all that's gone, like Disney Plus will likely rip all that off them.
Yeah, they're not gonna have an awful lot to in terms of like Star Wars and Marvel. That's all gone.
Apparently, there's over 3,000 things in Disney Plus from the start.
Oh, well,
that's crazy.
Reason being because they bought a load of stuff and they've had a load of stuff for.
They have Fox too.
Exactly.
So you know, all 30 seasons of Simpsons are on it from the start.
That's insane.
Mad.
So
Mandalorian as well.
Mandalorian will be out in it, yeah.
First from day one.
That's crazy, absolutely crazy.
That's one thing that we're not probably going to be able to avoid.
Spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, unless you just literally ignore it for 6 months. just hard.
It hurts to say, but you might have to stream it.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of the Marvel series going on there. Have you seen what they are?
No.
Winter Soldier and Falcon have one.
Oh no, yes, I have seen
And
them.
then there's Wanda and Vision.
Mm-hmm.
They have one, and Loki has one on his own.
They're not going to be obviously the same.
Hawkeye have same people.
Really?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Tom Hiddleston, Elizabeth Olsen,
Paul
a lot.
Bettany.
Yeah, the lot.
That's bad.
Yeah, Sebastian Stan and can't remember the fucking name, but
It's pretty cool.
yeah, they've got all it's all all there.
My mouth would be fart.
So yeah,
That's pretty mad. Like to be fair, it does seem to be something I'm gonna have to invest in. To be fair,
I 100% will be getting Disney Plus.
yeah.
I'm so on board.
I mean, she can watch all her Disney films, and I can watch all my.
It's so weird. See
Anime
on the actual like first screen that it shows you as like a test. Mandalorian long at top, Captain Marvel is a movie. It's there. But the only thing is, it's not going to be there instantly.
Yeah.
It's going to be there, I don't know, like a year later. So because people they want people to buy DVDs.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I just hope that it wasn't like region things going to happen here, because it's the same thing with Netflix.
Almost
Netflix,
certainly.
yes. That's
license.
Yeah, but if
licensing
Disney own
issues.
everything, surely God, they can be like, well, it's okay.
But I think there's like, for example, like Netflix UK don't, because we don't pay enough in, we don't get enough
Yeah.
of the stuff, whereas America have 5 times our population, therefore have a lot more people paying in.
That's really sad. Like, cause if we miss out on a few things, that even something so small as even like a one series somewhere or something like.
See, if it's like kid stuff, I won't care.
No, like
The
I mean
adult
like
stuff, I would care.
I mean like something the likes of like
Loki.
if we were to miss out on stuff like that.
I couldn't imagine. So like, think how much that's filmed here.
So
Well, you think that Game of Thrones same? If it airs on Sunday night
in America.
in America,
first.
which is 2 a.m. here.
Mhm.
I got into a Twitter argument once with a guy over that.
Yeah, I know. I remember you telling me about that.
So mad. He was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, just get up." I think I've said it on this.
Yeah.
Just get up at 2. I dead on, and I'll watch an episode for an hour and go back to sleep for 5 hours. Like, shut up.
To be fair, Dean did that.
Yeah. But what time did he start work?
8.
Yeah, and then what time did he finish?
I don't know.
You see, guarantee you. What's his job, Argos? I could not drive to work for 45 minutes after being asleep for 4 hours.
I'll see. There's 20 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I was in Carrick, I've done it before. I went to a midnight show on Star Wars and then went into work
Yeah.
the next day. I'd slept for like 4 hours.
Grim.
But I was useless. But for anybody else's safety on the road, I couldn't do that now.
No, definitely
It's
not.
not
Like,
right. So,
No.
but that's random. So there you are.
Well, there you go. We always finish off the episode with a nice little quote of McQuarterson.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a nice wee quote today. Well, it's not nice, but it's just nice and short. With the new day comes new strength and new thoughts, by Eleanor Roosevelt.
Oh, very nice.
It's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah. In it.
Yeah.
Like every day. Like
What?
every day is hot in it.
Is it
It's,
hot in it?
every day is like
It's a new day.
like literally start again.
Doesn't matter what happened the day before. It could literally be, I don't know.
Unless you've committed a crime and you're in jail.
Well, I really. What a way to ruin the quote. Well, to me, it is a new day because it's new strength and new thoughts. So new thoughts would be, you wouldn't have had the thoughts yesterday. It was like, I've committed this crime. And then the next day, like, what happens if I didn't commit the crime?
Can't believe I've done this.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, with the new day comes new strength and new thoughts. Just a nice little quote to finish off the episode, I think.
That is true. That's hopefully one that will carry some people through to
tomorrow.
And the next day and the next day.
The next day,
wake
the next
up
day,
and
next day.
don't worry about the day after. I mean, one of the guys in my work had I told you the story earlier, a bit of a hard time with a customer. And hopefully tomorrow she'll forget about it. Hopefully, probably won't, to be honest, because it was pretty horrible. But it's one thing for her to remember that he won't be there again, and that's probably the best.
Hopefully that's the end of it and he doesn't ever
say that again.
Yeah,
Horrible.
yeah, not great.
No.
But yeah, folks, thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.